Hello everyone, I'm Supriyatai from Science Park and today we all are celebrating Science Day all over India because this is our National Science Day. This is the day when everywhere in India we celebrate as a Science Day. We come up with so many scientific activities on this day. But because of the pandemic, you all cannot come here and visit us. So we are coming to visit you all and showing you all the exciting colorful chemistry. So next 15-20 minutes, gear up, be with me and let's have fun with chemistry and see vibrating colors, and I'll tell you a little bit of chemistry, not very intense. Okay, so do you know why do we have colors? Why do we see colors? Do you know science behind colors? So as we get electromagnetic radiations from sun, it has different energy levels to it. Only the visible spectrum is a small part of which is what we can see. Now in the visible spectrum there are 7 different colors which we distinguish with our own eyes. Right? Every color has its own wavelength, has its own energy. So every object absorbs differently and reflects the other part. Now when I say white color, we all can see this white color, right? So white is a color, is an object when the object doesn't absorb anything and reflects out all the colors. That time the object looks white. When object looks black, it absorbs all the wavelengths of the electromagnetic spectrum and doesn't reflect anything. Now when I say blue color, it is actually absorbing all the other colors and only reflecting blue color, which is going in the pupil of my eye, strikes back to the retina where we have cone cells and rod cells. Cone cells can identify RGB, red, green and blue, and rods, they can distinguish only white and black, and with the combination we can identify all different shades of colors with which this universe is made so beautiful, right? So let's start with the chemistry. Now why do we see so many colors in chemistry in this subject? Because every chemical is made up of some different molecules. Molecules have certain bonds in them, and with the bond, with the certain set of atoms, they absorb certain energy from electromagnetic spectrum and then reflects it back. And similarly, the science is same. Now as we know atoms and molecules, when certain atoms and molecules join to each other, forms an ions, positive ion and a negative ion. When I say dichromate ion, CrO4, 1 chromium atom and 4 oxygen atoms. Do you know, have you ever heard this word chromium? Yes, it's a metal. But when this metal chromium bonds with 4 different oxygens, it forms an ion, CrO4, with 1 minus on their head. Tingling here, this chromium ion, dichromate ion, is always and always orange. So that means it is absorbing all other colors and only reflecting orange color in it. So the science is same in chemistry, in all the colors what we see in chemical reactions. So let's start with this. Which color do you see of this solvent? Do you see any color here? This is little yellowish as I see it from here, and this is vibrant yellow in color, right? Do you all understand colors? Do you all know colors? Okay, now oops, oh, you said it is yellow. No, it is not yellow. Can't you see colors? Can't you understand colors? This is orange is red. This is not yellow. Okay, it is again becoming yellow. Oh my God. I'll again check it. It's becoming red. Now I'll check this and I'll see if it is changing its color. Is it changing its color? No, it's not. It's not changing its color. Oh, it changed. Oh my God. Can you see this beautiful blue color in I have not added anything in this. You have seen here the cork is tight. I'm not putting anything here, and this is certainly not magic. Then what it is? Now if I shake it like this, oh my god, oh, it's changing it again to green. You said it is red and orange, but no, it is green. Oh, it is red. Oh my god. I'll put it here. It's very scary now. It's changing its color all the time. So it's not scary, it's not magic. Then what it is? Why is it changing its color? I'm again showing you. If I stir it, now it is showing me blue color and green color. If I put it like this, the green will slowly change its color to red, and then it will change to yellow. These are chemical reactions which are time driven. Here I have put potassium hydroxide and dextrose solution. In this bottle I have added methylene blue as a dye. Now do you know dye? What are dyes? We dye our clothes, right? We dye our clothes in yellow and blue and white and pink and red and whatnot. Likewise, we use certain chemicals which are very sensitive with the reaction which is going on in the test tube. So if I am putting methylene blue dye, that's the name of the dye. All these dyes are organic molecules, man-made synthetic molecules. Now as I shake it, this potassium hydroxide and dextrose is reacting with oxygen molecules which are there in the outside air molecules of the bottle and in the water molecules, and that's how it is changing its color to blue. As the reaction fades down, it is again becoming colorless. Similarly, here I have added indigo caramine dye. Again, it is an organic powder which I have mixed with water and put half a dropper into that. Now when I shake it a little bit, it changes its color to red. When I shake it vigorously, it is reacting more and more oxygen atoms, and then it is changing its color to green, because the dye inside is sensitive to the concentration of oxygen in the reaction. You got it? Little bit of chemistry, not more than this. Now I'm keeping it aside. Now this is called as a magnetic stirrer. Now here, this is a plate. Can you see some vortex inside? It's looking beautiful, right? This is plain water. I have not added anything in that. Now this is a hot plate with stirrer. I can heat the solution with the desirable temperatures, and I can stir it because there is rotor inside. And with the magnetic needle at the base of the beaker, you can see it clearly that there is white magnetic needle rotating at the bottom of the beaker. Now as it rotates, the solution which is there in the beaker gets stirred automatically. I don't have to stir it physically. So it's for my convenience. Now in this, I am adding sodium hydroxide pellet. Have you heard this name? Sodium hydroxide, NaOH. It's a strong base. I have added sodium hydroxide pellets in this. Now we'll stop little bit for all the sodium hydroxide pellets to dissolve in water molecules, in the water inside the beaker. Once we see clear solution, we are going to dip these in that. Do you know what are they? Yes, it's all your favorite lollipops. Do you eat lollipops? Do you like lollipops? Now I am going to do certain reactions with these lollipops. Now lollipops are made up of sucrose. What is sucrose? Have you ever heard this? No. Have you heard sugar? Yes, we all eat sugar and we all love sweets, right? So there are three fractions of sugar. Sugar is a very common name of a chemical which can be distinguished as glucose, fructose and sucrose. So sucrose is the fraction that we use in lollipops, and that is useful for my reaction. So I am using these lollipops. There are very little sodium hydroxide inside. You can see these white little crystals rumbling here and there in the beaker. And now gear it up and observe it. Oh my god, I forgot to add. Yeah, this is potassium permanganate. Now most of you must have seen potassium permanganate because it is very popular amongst kids because of its color. Wow, amazing. So no chemical reaction is happening right now in the beaker. I've just put potassium permanganate in that, and now you observe it carefully as I am just, wow, I love this green. Do you? Yes, I love particularly this shade of green. This is so amazing. I have not put any kind of dye in this reaction. I have done it in front of you. Earlier it was plain water. We were just stirring it, and then we add strong base into that, that is sodium hydroxide, and then we added potassium permanganate, which is vibrant pink in color. Now in potassium permanganate, the chemical formula is KMnO4, where K stands for potassium, Mn stands for manganese, again a metal, transition metal. Now manganese have different oxidation states. That means manganese is a metal, is a semiconductor which is stable at different set of electrons in the atom of manganese. Now as I am going to rotate my sucrose, my lollipop, more and more sucrose is reacting in the reaction, and that's how manganese is changing its set of electrons in the atom. As the electron goes on adding, it is changing its color since it is very sensitive to number of electron in the atom. Wasn't it beautiful? Right? This was very beautiful. It looks beautiful. Okay. Now, in this series, I am going to show you another magic. That is what people say it as a magic. We never say it is a magic. Now in this glass, first I'll show you the magic and then I'll explain you chemistry behind it. Okay? This is water. I'm not drinking it because this is certainly not water. I'm pouring water in this. Wow! Can you see vibrant pink color in that? I love the shape of this wine glass, a pink wine. Now I'm pouring wine into this third glass and making a milkshake out of it. Let me stir it further. Let's see if we can. Yay! Can you see my milkshake in the glass? Oh, I'm loving it. Vibrant pink colored strawberry milkshake, which I love the most. Yeah. I'll pour a little bit of less in this. I love to drink more milkshake. Now, once it mixes it carefully. I guess it is complete. Amazing pink strawberry milkshake. I'm pouring my strawberry milkshake because I don't want milkshake now. I want to drink juice, orange juice. Isn't it a magic? It is not a magic. In this glass I poured sodium carbonate solution. Sodium carbonate is a base which is easily dissolvable in water. So I have dissolved sodium carbonate in water and kept it here in the glass, which I easily can say that this is a water, right? Now I am pouring this water in this glass where I have already kept few drops of phenolphthalein indicator. Now this phenolphthalein indicator turns pink as it comes in vicinity of a strong base. The moment it comes in, it connects, it goes into a basic solution, it turns pink, and that is why it is turning pink. Now when I put this in third glass, where I am saying that it is making my milkshake, I kept barium chloride at the bottom of the glass. Barium chloride is a salt, chemical salt, which is white in color. So barium chloride reacts with sodium carbonate to form barium carbonate and sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is nothing but common salt. Now when I put this solution into this fourth glass, I have kept potassium dichromate ions. Some of the salt crystals of potassium dichromate at the bottom of this glass, which are vibrant orange in color. So they mixes with this and shows a orange colored solution to me. So which I can easily say that it is orange juice, right? So this is not magic. This is chemistry. And let's go to our next very interesting reaction. I should keep it here, and yeah, right? Can you all see this? I have kept LED disc, which we usually use in our household dairy chores. We fit it to the ceiling. I have kept it just for the show because the light reflects it better. Now this is nothing but a measuring cylinder in which I have poured water. Now I am putting, okay, I have to put sodium metal in that. Now as you all know, kerosene is not miscible with water. It is immiscible with water. Now what is this word immiscible? It cannot mix with water, right? You can enjoy the show. Now this sodium is very stable, is non-reactive in kerosene. The moment it goes down and touches the water level, yes, it reacts it and goes up, right? Again, it will react with the residue of all the waters and will go down, and again will touches the surface of water where I have put some of the drops of phenolphthalein. With this I'll finish my show.